The film begins 30 years earlier at a family Christmas party, where a young Jack O'Malley reveals to his cousins that their parents, not Santa Claus, bought their gifts. Jack's Uncle Rick scolds him for this behavior. In the present day, Jack is a skilled tracker. He sneaks into a mall by creating a distraction and plants a device inside. To add insult to injury, he even steals candy from a baby. At the mall, Santa, also known as Red One, is performing his annual duties with his top bodyguard, Callum Drift, head of the ELF at the North Pole. Santa is dismayed by the greed and rudeness of the holiday shoppers. Callum intimidates an obnoxious wannabe influencer who interrupts a family's time with Santa, ensuring he backs off. Everyone seems to recognize the real Santa, and Callum takes his job of protecting him very seriously. In his apartment, Jack communicates with his mysterious employer. They pay him half of the agreed amount and promise the rest once Jack completes the tracking job. Callum and Santa return to the North Pole, hidden by a magical force field. They greet Mrs. Claus before Callum confides in Santa about his plans to retire due to his disillusionment with the holiday. Santa tries to reassure him of his worth. Suddenly, a team of mercenaries breaches the force field, and Callum notices flickering lights in Santa's tower. He investigates and finds Santa missing. Callum chases the culprits across the North Pole on a snowmobile, but fails to catch them before they escape with Santa. Zoe Harlow, director of Mora, contacts the North Pole and informs Callum that they need to find an expert tracker known as the Wolf within 24 hours until Christmas Eve. Jack's ex, Olivia, contacts him because their son Dylan got in trouble at school for attempting to hack the PA system. Jack scolds Dylan not for the act itself, but for doing it poorly. Dylan mentions his concert that evening, but expresses indifference about Jack attending. Jack feels regret over being an absent father. Upon returning to his apartment, Jack is confronted by North Pole mercenaries. He fights them off before Zoe neutralizes him and takes him to the North Pole. There, Jack faces Callum and the giant polar bear bodyguard Garcia, as he is a level 4 naughty lister. Jack explains that he was hired to track someone, but didn't know the details. He learns that Santa has been kidnapped, which he finds absurd, but Zoe reveals that all mythological creatures are real, as evidenced by the arrival of the Headless Horseman. Santa awakens in a cell and meets his captor, a young woman. She connects Santa to a machine that drains his energy to power her weapon, a magic snow globe prison called a Glaskafig. Callum and Jack reluctantly join forces to rescue Santa and save Christmas. They travel through a portal in a toy store and enlarge a toy car for their journey. In Aruba, they find Ted, the man who brokered the deal between Jack and the villain. After Callum shrinks and grows himself to fight Ted's goons, they learn that the villain is Grilla, the Christmas witch. When Jack accidentally speaks her name, Grilla uses Ted to communicate with Callum and threaten everyone on Santa's naughty list. Moments later, an ice cream truck emerges from the ocean. 3 gigantic monstrous snowmen come out and attack Jack and Callum. The two try to fight them, but the snowmen keep reassembling themselves. Callum knocks the carrot nose off the first one, destroying it. Jack tosses a propane tank onto an open grill and hurls a bottle of liquor to cause an explosion that obliterates the second one. Before the third one can trap Jack in a frozen pool, Callum removes its nose too. Unfortunately, Ted has been frozen and cannot provide more information. Zoe meets with the guys, and Callum suggests that Santa's estranged brother is working with Gryla. Since Mora does not have the jurisdiction to go to the brothers' lair, Callum and Jack decide to go in secretly. Gryla tests the Glaskafig on a man named Aaron Abel, who gets trapped inside the globe upon touching it. However, Gryla becomes frustrated when the globe doesn't return to her, prompting her to adjust her plans. Jack receives a call from Olivia, who criticizes him for not attending Dylan's concert. Reflecting on this, Jack discusses his shortcomings as a father with Callum. The two then arrive at the lair of Santa's brother, Krampus. Jack accidentally alerts Krampus and his henchmen to their presence while attempting to steal a piece of gold. They are captured and brought before Krampus. Callum pleads with Krampus, asking him to help rescue Santa, but Krampus is indifferent and plans to imprison them. Jack challenges Krampus to a game of Krampusschlap, where participants endure Krampus's powerful slaps. Callum tries to appeal to Krampus's better side, but gets slapped so hard that he goes flying. Before the next round, Jack uses an arm brace to amplify Callum's strength, allowing him to strike back and escape with Jack. Callum praises Jack's quick thinking. Upon returning to their car, they find a package from Gryla addressed to Jack. Jack refuses to open it, but he later gets a video call from Dylan, who is upset about being abandoned at the concert. Dylan reveals he received his own package containing a Glascafig. When Dylan touches it, he is teleported to Gryla's lair. Jack grabs his globe and follows to rescue him, leaving Callum to track their location. In Gryla's lair, Jack and Dylan are imprisoned. Gryla gloats over her growing collection of globes, but leaves them alone. Jack apologizes to Dylan for being a neglectful father. Dylan forgives him, and Jack's newfound determination helps them improve their naughty status, allowing them to grow and shatter the globes. Zoe, having placed a tracker on Jack earlier, helps Callum locate them at the North Pole. The group realizes that Gryla's shape-shifting minions have infiltrated Santa's headquarters, disguising themselves as Mrs. Claus and the guards. The heroes regroup, free the real Mrs. Claus, Garcia, and others, and discover Gryla's plan to use Santa's sleigh to distribute Glascafigs worldwide, imprisoning everyone she deems naughty. The team intercepts Gryla as she prepares to take off. Jack and Callum battle her aboard the sleigh, with Jack unhooking the reindeer to ground the sleigh. Gryla falls over the edge but returns in her true form as a massive ogre. Just as the fight seems hopeless, Krampus arrives in his own sleigh to assist. Although Krampus fights valiantly, Gryla overpowers him until Santa awakens. Santa summons his reindeer, delivering a powerful blow that sends Gryla into her pile of globes, trapping her in one. Zoe secures Gryla in custody. The team scrambles to get Santa ready for his Christmas deliveries. Jack, Dylan, and Callum join him on the sleigh, witnessing Santa spreading joy around the world. Jack and Dylan bond, with Callum noticing Jack's childlike wonder returning. Santa, seeing Callum's change of heart about retiring, decides to keep him on board. Santa flies everyone home, leaving the world ready for a magical Christmas. If you could have any mythological creature as a bodyguard like Callum Drift, which one would you choose and why? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.